Exhausted from cleaning and grocery shopping, and with a stack of English papers still to grade, she knew there would be no peace until she gave in. Okay, fine. Let's take a walk and see if they're home, she agreed eventually. The neighborhood in southeast Miami was shaded by pin oaks and giant banyan trees with their gnarled, twisted trunks that looked as if they belonged in a horror movie rather than in some pleasant suburban neighborhood. Most of the well-landscaped yards were surrounded by hedges of bougainvillea in colors ranging from purple and fuchsia to red or white. The prickly vines with their profusion of brilliant flowers served as something of a security barrier without the need for fences or gates, though high wrought iron gates had started to appear at the end of a few driveways as property values went up, along with the crime rate. Only a few blocks from the waters of Biscayne Bay, Emily thought she could detect traces of salt in the air, along with the lingering scent of night-blooming jasmine. It was enough to remind her how much she enjoyed being outdoors at this time of year, when the Miami air had less humidity and the sky was a clear, vivid blue. She and Derek needed to get back into the habit of taking a walk after dinner the way they had when they'd first moved into their dream house. Back then, they'd pushed Danny in her stroller, and Josh had ridden along beside them on his tricycle. A few years ago, they'd also known all their neighbors in this well-established area, but as prices had soared, many of their older neighbors had sold out and moved to more manageable condos or retirement communities. Lately, the turnover had been so frequent that there were only a few familiar faces left from those early years. The Wilsons down the block, the Delgados on the corner, and Janice Ortiz and her elderly mother on the next street. "Mom, hurry up," Josh said impatiently. "Can't you walk any faster?" Emily grinned at him. "I can, but I'm enjoying the fresh air." He regarded her blankly. "Why?" "Someday you'll understand," she said, ruffling his brown hair.
"It's like stopping to smell the roses," Danny said. "Grandma Dobbs tells Dad he needs to do that."
She wrinkled her forehead.
"I'm not sure what she means, though."
"She means your dad works too hard," Emily told her. "No joke," Josh said with disgust. "He's never around anymore to play ball with me." "He has an important job," Emily reminded him, feeling the need to defend Derek, even though Josh was expressing a dissatisfaction that she often felt herself. Then, as a reminder to herself as much as to her son, she added, "We should be grateful that he's such a hard worker. That's why we're able to live in such a great house, and you kids get to go to wonderful schools." "I'd rather be able to play ball with my dad," Josh grumbled. "Dad doesn't even come to my games half the time anymore." Emily resolved to remind Derek that he needed to get some balance back into his life, that his son needed more from him than a fancy house and every hot electronic game to hit the market, all purchased out of guilt over his too frequent absences and a string of last-second disappointments. As they approached the sprawling Spanish-style house with a red-tiled roof that the Carters had just moved into, she hunkered down on the sidewalk in front of the kids. "Now remember to be on your best behavior," she instructed, "the way you are when we visit Grandma Dobbs and Grammy and Poppy, okay?" Josh was practically bouncing with excitement. It had been a long time since there had been a boy his age living close enough for him to hang out with. "Come on," he pleaded, then made a dash for the pretentious wrought iron gate that was new to the property. He tried to turn the handle, but it wouldn't budge. He regarded it with dismay. "It's locked." Emily was as startled as her son, but she spotted a buzzer next to the gate. "I think we probably need to push that button," she told her son, and watched as he gave it an eager punch. "Yes?" The disembodied voice sounded far away. "I'm Emily Dobbs, your new neighbor. My kids and I just wanted to welcome you to the neighborhood." A long buzz sounded, and the gate swung open automatically. Josh stared at it, then grinned. "Cool." Danny wasn't as enthusiastic. She eyed the gate warily and reached for Emily's hand.
"What if we can't get out again?" she whispered.